Tell me that's not beautiful. In this video, I'm going to introduce you to my new Weatherby Mark V. It's actually old. We're also going to show how destructive this rifle can be to steel targets. Gavin Gear here from UltimateReloader.com. We've got a bit of a story here. So, when I was a kid, I used to hang out with my friend Chris, and Chris's dad, Larry, had a rifle that he got from opening a bank account. It was a Weatherby Mark V. If I had to guess, I would say it was a 300 Weatherby Magnum. And I remember as a kid looking at the rifle and admiring how beautiful it was, and then holding the rifle cartridges and thinking, whoa. I mean, literally in my hand, it was like, I could write with this, you know, like a pen. I was absolutely intrigued. And of course, the artwork on the box of the Safari, I think it was a lion, something like that, really captivated my attention. I thought, this is a true big boy rifle. Okay, so fast forward probably 40 years later, I'm totally feeling the need for this Weatherby Mark V. It's kind of been in the back of my head since childhood, and now's the time. So I looked for quite a while, and I thought initially I wanted a 257 Weatherby mag, but I found this rifle right here, 270 Weatherby mag on Gunbroker. This is a Japanese Weatherby Mark V. It's in beautiful condition. It was reasonably priced. I think I paid somewhere around $1,400 to $1,500, if memory serves me correctly. It came and it was in better shape than I had expected. The bluing on these rifles is truly a sight to see. It's gorgeous. It's like a mirror. It's deep blue. Roy Weatherby had a real vision with these rifles, and I'm super happy to own it. It's topped with an era-appropriate Redfield 3-9 scope. It looks the part. I kind of feel like I'm Guy Miner here, right? Guy's the guy that brings you all of those 30-06 stories, Remington 700 classic hunting rifles, right? Wood and blued steel. Well, here I am with my own rendition and own version of that. Okay, so the rifle came with some reloading dies, a set of Lee 270 Weatherby Magnum dies, and I scrounged up some brass online. I thought, oh, I'll just buy this auction, and the brass came here. Half of it was 270 Weatherby Magnum. It was a little bit of a mess, so I decided, you know what, I'm just going to go out and get some brand new brass. Well, I waited and I waited. I talked to Weatherby. I looked all over the place, and I literally couldn't find it. I couldn't find it reasonably priced. Well, fast forward to the SHOT Show this year, 2023. I'm sitting down talking with Peterson, and they said, I think we can help you out. We just had a run. We had some Blum cases. Not that you can tell with this brass. I mean, look at this stuff. This is absolutely gorgeous stuff. Totally love it. The classic double radius on there for the shoulder. This is vintage goodness for ultra high power rifle stuff, right? And so I got a couple hundred cases. They were nice enough to send that to me to experiment with, right? And that's why I'm here telling you this story. So I go to load, and I'm looking at load data. I'm like, whoa, that's some big time load data. H1000 looked like a good powder with these Hornady 130 grain interlock bullets. We're talking around 80 grains. This is a heavy duty cartridge, right? So I loaded some up, and I went right outside the shop and shot the steel target that you've seen numerous times here on the channel, and I thought, what is going on? I didn't check the zero on paper or anything, but this is pretty close. What's happening? I didn't even see the target move. So I went up to look at the target, and lo and behold, I could see light through the two holes, which were almost touching in the steel. And then it came back to me. Seth Gardner from DM Targets told me it's velocity that kills steel targets. Okay, so I had to load up some more of these cartridges and show all of that to you on high-speed camera. Now, to test our setup and for comparison, I thought it would be really cool to take my Canik SFX Rival S and do a 9mm shot just for comparison, right? We're talking mild to wild here. So this is the shot here, and pretty much center punched it. And what was cool about the high-speed footage, we've got the Edgertronic SC2 Plus, right? 4,476 frames per second, if memory serves me. You can actually see the bullet flatten, and then the jacket, which is still spinning from, of course, the rifling in the pistol, kind of peel off to the side and fall out of view. Pretty cool stuff. Typical steel target hit with a jacketed lead core bullet, right? Okay. So then we got everything set up. I did a little bit of chronograph data. We had a few shots, and that averaged out to 3,285 feet per second. That is absolutely cooking. That's just beautiful. There we go, right through there. 32, 36, and that's with 75 grains. It's not bad at all, really. 3208. 3064. Can't hold 5 at a time. Tell me that's not beautiful, seriously. Two, one. .3093. Now, interestingly enough, when you're standing with an offhand shot, this rifle is not bad to shoot at all. Now, if I was a little guy learning to shoot a rifle for the first time, not something that you want to start out with. But the butt pad on these, the way these are designed and the specific stiffness of that and the kind of waffle pattern really does an effective job. And of course, when you're standing up, you know, your body has a lot more give in it compared to if you're laying down prone or shooting in a bench rest, that kind of thing. Okay, so this thing is sailing along. Got the high-speed camera set up again and took a shot with this thing. Let's check that out real quick. Okay, so again, the bullet drilled a hole clean through the target. I mean, it looks like it's been cut with an oxyacetylene torch, right? And I shot off to the side a little bit so that you could see it on the same side that the camera was pointing in front of the T-post, the carnage as it blew through. Really interesting to see fragments of the bullet going all the way through and then kind of lead gas on the front. Just kind of pieces and parts and vapor going in all directions. Total destruction. Totally love it. And what happens is the bullet is going so fast that the lead can't all get out of the way, and of course the jacket as well is kind of holding it together somewhat. And it just punches right through the steel target. Really, really crazy to see that. Now, if I was shooting at distance, if I was shooting at 500-600 yards, 1,000 yards with this round, you'd see a pretty typical hit on target, right? It wouldn't be any big deal. Velocity is what kills steel targets. If you're shooting .223 at close range, you can get really bad pitting because it's doing kind of the same sort of thing on a micro scale. You want to be below 3,000 feet per second optimally at the target, more like 2,700 or lower optimally, so that you get the maximum life out of your steel targets. So this was a really fun story. I always have fun with the high-speed camera. It's just so cool to be able to have that microscope for time. That's what the folks over at Edgertronic call these special camera systems, and to be able to slow things down like that. Additionally, I found the Lyman All-American 8. I forgot how awesome this press is, especially with the inline fabrication roller handle. It wasn't difficult to size the cases when I reloaded them. I did some loads with brand new brass, and then I reloaded some of them with the Peterson brass, which is absolutely awesome. Can't recommend Peterson brass enough. I've also got the inline fabrication ultra mount here with the quick change top plate. This is just a really, really great setup. I love turrets because you can just so quickly, go from kind of die to die. And an electronic powder dispenser like this RCBS Charge Master is great when you want to just load a few cartridges for hunting or for experimentation, that sort of thing, because it's really easy to get up to that charge weight and not have to dial the throw for 78, trickle a couple grains up, that kind of thing. So this was a fun experiment, and kind of what I'm wondering from you all is, A, what do you think about my results on steel? Have you seen similar things? What happened? Tell your story by dropping a comment. Okay, and then second is, what are you doing with the Weatherby cartridges? This is literally the first time that I've shown a Weatherby Magnum cartridge with the double radius and all of that, here on the channel. Drop a comment. What cartridge are you shooting? Which Weatherby model are you shooting it out of, and what are you doing with it? Are you hunting? Are you long range shooting? Are you plinking and target shooting? Let me know about that. This has been a totally fun story. If you have a certain Peterson story that you'd like to tell, which cartridge you're loading for, what kind of results that you've gotten there, drop a comment about that as well. I'd love to hear that. Awesome. So I'm going to do some more with this rifle. I'd really love to take a deer with this too. I mean, what do you think? Let me know in the comments section. That concludes this video, and that means it's time to wrap it up. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, we're on Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, where we've got unrestricted content, and Instagram. Make sure to follow us on all those channels. Ultimate Reloader also has a commercial solutions division serving law enforcement, the military, and the gun industry. We have some unique capabilities, including a comprehensive suite of recoil testing and evaluation capabilities, trigger profiling, and more. If you're interested in custom rifles like what we build here on the channel or gunsmithing services, you're going to want to go to rifles.ultimatereloader.com and get on the wait list. If you want to learn lucrative gunsmithing like what I show here on the channel, including building custom rifles and Cerakote plus a whole bunch more, you're going to want to check out the Colorado School of Trades, schooloftrades.edu. Thanks again for watching.